Angle addition postulate. The success criteria is I can determine the measure of an angle using the angle addition postulate. Now, guys, I didn't write these, but I have fixed it. An angle, should be and before that, is the figure formed by two rays that share the same vertex. So over here, a ray has a point on the end and goes off in one direction, like the ray off of the sun. So these are our two rays right here, and that is our angle. You name an angle with 3 letters. So you can actually name it 2 ways, but the important part is that the vertex is always, and this isn't always in life, the middle letter. Okay, so for example, I could name this one Z. I could name this, angle, that's the symbol for angle, Z, Y, X, or I can name it angle X, Y, Z. But no matter what, that Y has to be in the middle. Now, it wants us to name all of the angles in example B right here, all the different angles. So I'm going to start, and I could name this angle right here. And I can name it 2 ways, correct? It could be angle P, V, Q, or angle Q, V, P. But the important thing is that V is in the middle, okay? Now I'm going to go and I'm going to name this angle right here. That would be angle Q, V, R, or angle R, V, Q. So the key is that V is in the middle on this one as well. Then my last angle to name, my last angle to name is going to be the bigger angle that's over, that includes both of them, which is this angle right here. And that would be angle PVR or angle RVP. So the key is to keep that vertex in the middle, okay? So it wants us to name each angle with 3 letters, okay? So angle 1 is what I'm going to look at first on here, and this is angle 1 right here. Angle 1 would be named with angle JXK or angle KXJ. The important thing is that the X is the vertex. Angle 2. Angle 2, we are going to name, I'm going to erase all that for you. This is angle 2 right here. So I'm going to trace it. And angle 2 is going to be named KXL. Or I can reverse that and do the L first. LXK. So it can be either way as long as the vertex is in the middle. Angle 3 now. Okay. I'm going to name angle 3 now. I want y'all to notice that it could either end at Q or M, but we're going to choose M for this one because that's where it's like at the end of the ray. So for angle 3, it can be L, X, M, or Q, okay? Or angle M, X, L, as long as that X is in the middle. Now, for angle 4, we're going to look at angle 4, which is right here, and it also could end at Q, but I like using the M because it's right there on the end and follows our conventions. So angle 4 is going to be angle MXN, or angle NXM. That was kind of hard to say, not going to lie. Now, let's look at angle 5 real quick while we're here. We might as well. We got angle 5 right here. And here are our letters, okay? See if you can name those by pausing. So angle 5 would be angle PQM or angle MQP, as long as that vertex is in the middle. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to look at this one, the angle addition postulate. This is what's going to help us do all of our math for this. This is the important stuff of it. So the angle addition postulate says basically that this angle, which is BAC, plus this angle, which is CAD, equals the whole angle, which is BAD. So the other way you could kind of say this too, just to kind of give you a different view of it without having to worry so much about naming them, is that we've named this angle 1. Excuse me. If we named this angle 1, we named this angle 2, we could say that 1, the measure of angle 1, plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle BAD. And that would like to be another thing that I would like to point out to you. That M in front of there means measure of. So when we look at example D, we see in the diagram angle BAC equals 30. So I'm going to go ahead and start labeling this. This equals 30 degrees. CAD, which is this angle, the bottom angle, CAD, equals 47 degrees. So find the measure of, so the measure of angle BAD. So it's just like what we did up here. This would be these two added together. So it would be 30 plus 47 equals 77 degrees. So the measure of angle BAD equals 77 degrees would be your answer. It's really important that we start using that terminology and writing it correctly as well, because it's going to shorten it the more stuff we write. Instead of having to write measure of, we write that M and it takes care of it. It's a lowercase m. Okay. In the diagram, angle BAC, so I start labeling right away, okay? So I see that angle BAC equals 21 degrees. And BAD, oh, so I have the big one now. That one equals 39. So how would I find this missing angle right here? Well, it's kind of like that this is my X. This is the one I don't know. But I know that the big picture is 39, correct? So for that one, I would do the big angle minus the one we know is going to equal the one we don't know, correct? It's going to equal DAC, okay? Which is going to be 18 degrees. So the measure of angle DAC equals 18 degrees, which is that missing angle right there. Now we're going to put letters into it. Oh yeah, you know we are. We always got to put letters into it, right? So we're going to look at this one with our letters, and I'm going to start labeling it right away because that's what I do. Angle IHJ. So IHJ equals 40 degrees. Okay? And then angle KHJ equals 2x plus 8. If KHI, so let me get a different color totally. If KHI equals 72 degrees, find the value of x. Then find the measure of that angle. What is it in degrees? So we have to find the value of x and then plug it in to find that blue angle, to find KHJ. So the first thing I know is that if I add these two up, if I add those up, they are going to equal my 72. So that's what I'm going to do. When I add stuff, it doesn't change any sign, so I'm just going to write it straight up. And I know that it equals 72 degrees. And then I'm going to solve it. I just have a multi-step equation now. What do I want to get by itself? The variable. If I cover that variable, what do I need to get rid of? What's next to it? A plus 8 and a plus 40. How do I get rid of a plus 8? With a minus 8. How do I get rid of a plus 40? With a minus 40. Now, yes, you could have combined like terms and all that, but I'm just going to save a step. 72 minus 8 minus 40 is going to equal 24. And I'll come over here and show you that you could have taken this step and done it like this, okay? And then subtracted your 48 as well. Just want to show you that. It's going to give you the exact same answer, which is 24. Now, what do I want to get by itself? The variable. So what do I need to get rid of? The times 2. Remember, when a number and a letter are right next to each other, they're multiplying. How do I get rid of multiply? With divide. So x equals 24 divided by 2 is 12. So my value of x is 12. So we have solved this part. But now I need to know the measure of angle KHJ, of my light blue angle, okay? And I know that the measure of it equals 2x plus 8. So 2x plus 8. What is my x value? My x value is 12. So I'm going to plug that 12 back in for my solution. And that is 32 degrees. So the measure of angle KHJ equals 32 degrees. So there's actually two problems in there. You have to be really careful when you're answering, especially if it's a multiple choice. Make sure that you solve what it's asking for. And this one is asking for two answers. I'm going to highlight it. It's asking for the value of x and then the measure of KHJ. Value of x, measure of KHJ.